Tony Warburton, the honorary president of the World Owl Trust, is talking to a very special bird. The Eurasian eagle owl.
Hello, son.
And this is the bird the whole country is talking about. A few years ago, a secret was revealed. These giant birds of prey are breeding wild in Britain. But are they welcome here? Naturally occurring on the continent, one of the biggest owls in the world was thought to be absent from the British Isles since the last ice age, over 10,000 years ago. To the surprise of everyone, the eagle owl is back. With a 2-meter wingspan and razor-sharp talons, these birds can take prey as big as a roe deer. However, it is these impressive attributes that make them highly controversial.
It's the biggest kind of owl in the world. Everything about it is big. Big feet, big eyes, big size, big wingspan. It's just dramatic. I can't understand how anybody can look at that bird and say, I don't like it. It just makes my heart stop. It makes the hairs tingle on the back of my neck.
Not everyone is so enthusiastic about the eagle owl. Tim Melling, Conservation Officer for the RSPB, served 10 years on the British Ornithologists' Union Records Committee. He is worried about the impact of these birds on the local wildlife.
My biggest concern is that eagle owls are a top predator. They're right at the top of the food chain, and there is no evidence that they have been here naturally within the last 10,000 years. So to introduce a new top predator and allow it to spread and take hold in Britain could have serious consequences on the British fauna.
The question is, what does the eagle owl eat?
Well, the truth we've found in Britain is that the main prey by far is rabbits. And we think that's the key to the presence of eagle owls in Britain. If we've got a problem of birds eating something that people like, and who's going to play God and decide what's allowed to be eaten and what isn't?
One of the biggest worries is the effect of the owl on the hen harrier population in Britain. With fewer than 20 pairs of hen harriers, the impact can be substantial.
A pair of eagle owls has been nesting for a number of years now in the Forest of Bowland over in Lancashire, and that bird has taken a number of hen harrier as part of its prey. They've found hen harrier remains at the plucking post of those eagle owls. But there are places in Europe where eagle owls and hen harriers coexist without one making the other go extinct. But it is a serious concern.
While the hen harrier is a native British bird, the origin of the eagle owl in Britain is still uncertain.
Now, one of the things that really gets to me when people are saying, well, they can't be native to England because this massive bird would stick out like a sore thumb in the wild and everybody would know it's there. Well, that's not true. This is how a European eagle owl spends about 90% of its time sitting. Sitting to roost, sitting on rock faces like this, and look how beautifully camouflaged this bird is against that background, and sitting here waiting for a sight of prey.
I do not think they occur here naturally. There is evidence that they have occurred here more than 10,000 years ago, but that was when Britain was still connected to the continent by land bridges. There is no evidence that they've occurred since then.
The origin of the eagle owls is vital to their future in Britain. If they have come from captivity, then they can be removed from the countryside. But if they are found to be naturally occurring, they will gain full protection by law. With more than 3,000 birds in captivity, the odds are against them.
We think birds came across the North Sea to the Shetlands, Orkney, into the northern Highlands of Scotland and have crept downwards.
I think that they would probably be physically capable of flying the English Channel. I don't think that 20 miles would be beyond the ability of an eagle owl, but it's just whether or not they are willing to do so. Large bodies of water act as a considerable barrier to a number of species, not just eagle owls.
You know, in Sweden, in Norway, Germany, Holland, Belgium, Finland, they think we British are crazy. They're reintroducing eagle owls when they've been persecuted to the extent of almost disappearing. In Britain, saying, oh, there's 2 or 3 pairs of eagle owls in Britain. It should be one of the most exciting things that's ever happened with birds in Britain. Look at it. Just imagine seeing that in the wild. I don't want to see them in aviaries like this. I'm here to try and give it a good name. And they were going to probably cull the birds. Cull means kill. The birds that were breeding in Britain.
Well, what they could do is actually catch them. They're relatively easy to catch, and the numbers now are so small that it would be possible to catch them without harming them and return them to captivity.
However, the latest news has been a great relief for Tony and other owl enthusiasts.
Let me tell you the great news. This is brand new. That came from Richard Benyon MP, who's the Minister for the Natural Environment and Fisheries, and he said, after considering all the facts on the threat that eagle owls pose to native wildlife, I have not been convinced that any immediate action is needed to control them. We will continue to monitor the effect they are having on other species, such as the hen harrier, and will reassess the situation if necessary.
The UK government has decided that it's not going to take any action against the eagle owls in Britain, but it will monitor the situation just to see what happens. However, there is one part of me that thinks that if you could wind the clock back to when there were just 3 pairs of grey squirrels, or 3 pairs of American minks, or 3 plants of Japanese knotweed or Himalayan balsam, that you would want to turn back the clock and do something about it. So, you know, I hope that it's monitored properly and that action is taken if it's thought that there would be a likely impact.
As the saga draws to a close, the eagle owl is safe and free in Britain. At least for now.